Midjourney might finally have itself facing with a really strong competitor, and it is not even something that you would expect. Well, without much talking, let's dive right into it. The generator that we're talking about today, it's Letz.AI. It's going to be called as Letz.AI right over there. I'm going to have the link in the description below so you can also check it out. Huge disclaimer though, this is only available in Europe, so in the European Union. And it says that turn your ideas, turn your visions into visuals, bring your community to life through the power of AI. So what is Letz.AI? Let's just have a read about this. So Letz.AI enables you to generate beautiful images using the power of AI. The twist is you can add your own likeness, your products, your pets, or anything else you own easily and safely. And that's exactly what we're going to try today. I want to see and test it directly head to head with Midjourney. We're going to see how that works out. And before we actually dive into that, I kind of wanted to also see what our prompting guidelines is. So I just opened up our prompting feature and I wanted to see what Let's.AI actually tells us, because obviously we all know what Midjourney has and what Midjourney has to offer. Again, if you want to see some of the videos that I had done about Midjourney, is the older one, you can check it up over there in the link where I did speak in detail about that. And I will have more videos about Midjourney in detail in future. But here, the prompt guidelines for Let's.AI is a little bit different. So let's just have a look into it together. Here are a few tricks to get clear images. Phrases you use to instruct our artificial intelligence system to generate is known as a prompt. And then in Let's.AI, the distinguishing factor would be the ability to have something known as a model tags, and then using plain English instructions and focus on simple scenarios and incorporate visual elements. And they're mentioning that we shouldn't overdo it and also limit model combinations. So I guess we are not supposed to be using multiple models together. Some of the images that I have been seeing on X are really impressive, and I really want to just have a look at that. Anyways, unlike many AI systems which do have a broad understanding of objects and people, Let's.AI operates on a more personalized level. For instance, having a typical AI system may generate a general image of a golden statue. It wouldn't be able to replicate Luxembourg's iconic Gelefra statue. Similarly, it can produce an image of a human, but not one that specifically resembles you. This is where Lex.AI stands apart. One of our core features allows you to train your own AI models, much like a LoRa, which we use with Stable Diffusion. Again, that video is also going to come out really soon, how you can actually do LoRa and Stable Diffusion with no code and no overwhelming BS. Just click and go. I have a video that's going to come out really soon on that. But here also they're mentioning about AI models that you can train pretty much like that LoRa system. So I'm really curious how we will be doing that. And then it's also saying that it's prompting by typing the @ character. Very nicely, a very interesting idea that you can use the @ character, kind of like how we do in social media, like you're tagging people. We call this tagging, and it works much like social media platforms, which is so intuitive because it's how we are using things. So here, all the models are marked as public. So Gelefra, so that is a model there. Gelefra or Gelenfra, okay. And then already, even before we started creating, we can already see that they have this really nifty little watermark that goes on with them. So that's really nice, which actually Midjourney does not have. I think that's an interesting thing. I mean, in any case, if you think about it, if you just did a generative fill, you could remove this. But anyways, that being that, now they're also saying use plain simple English. So for now, only AI only understands English and Luxembourgish or other languages. Very little of Luxembourgish or other languages. That's why we recommend you describe in English. The simpler the language, the better. Don't use extravagant words or instructions. So a man sitting in a bar, but just from the get-go, it looks so amazing. And then we're going to go, this is obviously not working, even though it did show up, but they're saying that this is not something. Simple situations get better results. So you usually get better results if you're trying to depict a simple situation in your image. A dog in front of a tree will usually get cleaner results, as is the example here, as opposed to something like this, which they're recommending might give us a more modeled result. So a dog jumping on a bark and around a tree, chasing a squirrel that is sitting on a branch and looking down. It's not exactly giving us. So that's exactly what it's telling, that maybe we dumb it down, simplify it. As opposed to with Midjourney, you expand and elaborate. Here, they're telling us to simplify it. Okay, that's interesting. And then incorporate visual elements, don't overdo it. So you have a green sports car, red sky as backgrounds. They're just really impressive. I mean, this, if you just sent it to somebody, this actually would look like a photograph. Wow. Now, on the other hand, they're saying that if you do this, it's a green sports car with white stripes and yellow stars, red sky in background in downtown New York. This is usually how you would probably do in Midjourney. but this is what they're not recommending. And then limit model combination. So currently most prompts with more than 2 tags will not generate the perfect image. Faces might be mixed up and other details might not look clean. So tagging 2 models works most of the time. If faces got messed up, just try regenerating. Okay, so here you have like 2 of them. So at myself and at my partner. So you have like 2 people. But if you're trying to do multiple, then they're saying that you can end up having the anomalies, the hallucinations, so to speak. You're just, yeah, you're just not getting, like, what is that? Like, what is that? Seriously. And then at the end, they're just starting to experiment. Now, with that said, there is a specific pricing that they have going on, which is, if we see over here, it's basically through credits, and you sign up with free to generate your first images, and you earn more credits by inviting your friends or by buying credits through our plans ranging from 490 euro to 79.90 euros. So if we had to do a conversion for all of us who are needing for the conversions, that's going to be euro 490 to USD. So you're roughly looking at like $5 to 79. So you're roughly looking at $86. So that's exactly what you're looking at for the price point. And that's about it. Now we're going to do a head-to-head. Let's dive in. 2 different platforms. On your left-hand side, we have the Letz.AI, and on the right-hand side, we have the Alpha Midjourney. Again, if you want to see the in-depth video that I have made on the Midjourney alpha version, you can check it up on the link. I will have it put over there, where I have gone really in deep and I've shown you the intricacies of that. But now we're going to be doing a deep dive. First, I'm going to be creating one prompt in Midjourney, and I will copy the same exact prompt in Letz.AI. Then we will do some in Letz.AI and we'll put it over here. I also have a couple of tests I want to really check out. And I want to see if Letz.AI can break what Midjourney is not able to. And without much of it, let's just write a woman wearing a black shirt sitting on a beach. And then I'm going to copy this one and I'm going to paste over here. And then we click in Midjourney. Obviously, we have our settings, and I'm going to keep it at the bare minimum. And right over here in Letz.AI, we kind of have this similar setup over here. They do have a different aspect, which is also, well, the height is here, 1:1, and they have phone, portrait, square, landscape. Pretty much the same, but this one is much more flexible. At any rate, they also have the quality and creativity to keep everything even and everything on the same plane. I'm going to have it at 1:1 because I'm not going to add anything to this. I'm going to just go in exactly just raw without any kind of extra additions. I want to see the comparisons. I want to see whether Letz.AI really is working up to the hype. Now, I'm not going to add any of the models which they have actually asked us, which is the Gelefra model. We're going to be doing that in the next one because obviously Midjourney doesn't have that. So without much of that, I'm going to click on this enter for Midjourney. It's obviously gone in the create over there. And then with Letz.AI, I'm going to click on generate. Now it looks like you're trying to generate an image without tagging an image. Continue and generate without. Not sure, you want to pick a model. So here, because it's the first time, they're giving me this prompt whilst we already have Midjourney working on the version over there. So for this specific one, I'm going to say continue without. Plus 60 credits. Nice prompting there. So it's giving me kind of a boost, and it's using that same Gelefra. It's as a kind of a tutorial, which is really kind of a nice thing, like a gamification. Here you have a free credits for you. The first image generation is on us. Wow, that's kind of really nice that they're giving you the first one for free. Once your image is finished, feel free to browse around and I might have more free credits for you. Interesting. So it's kind of also giving us more incentivizing us to check whether if you want to use more, like a kind of a gamification, as I just mentioned. So let's see the result over here, and let's go and see the result, what Midjourney has to do. Let me give you another tip. If you scroll down, you will find the feed section. So again, this with Letz.AI, the thing I really like is they are really trying to make it beginner friendly. Like the interface over here feels like you are playing a video game, so to speak. Obviously, Midjourney is way more advanced. We will get to Midjourney's images just in a while and find an image to like. So I'm going to just go there and I'm going to, yeah, I already liked a couple of images. So they're just basically prompting us that you can like images over here. Pretty much the same that you can do. And then you keep just getting, you can basically rack up credits as you do small activities here and there in Letz.AI, which is really nice and encouraging. So you build up credits. Midjourney also has the similar kind of thing when you do with the rating feature. The more you rate images, the more you can gain back on those fast hours that you might be burning, especially if you're using a lot of those fast hours. You can get it back if you're doing the rating. Now, anyways, let's go back to our images over here, which we have. So I'm going to stick around here and let's just go back to the explore feed. I'm not going to go more in the tutorial section, which is really nice. They're like just constantly telling us what to do. But let's look at the image. For one, we have one image, and Midjourney obviously has a staple 4-image situation going on. Right from the get-go, Midjourney's raw. So we didn't have any other kind of stylizations. There was zero stylizations going on, and there was a style raw, and there was literally nothing. And if you look at the image on Letz.AI versus the image on Midjourney with the exact same prompt, eye for eye, I think we have complete winner in this one. I mean, you can clearly see who is the winner in here. I'm pretty sure it's clear as day. I mean, we don't even have to debate on this, honestly, because yeah. It's kind of shocking to say that we always think that Midjourney is great, but this is the first image, and wow, am I blown away? Yeah, I'm just blown away just by looking at this. And obviously, you can copy the prompt, and they give you the height and the creativity and whatnot. Woman on a black shirt sitting on a beach. But here again, we have these anomalies. As opposed to anomalies here, we do have it, but it's still a little more nuanced. Here, the anomaly is almost like an abomination, so to speak. This one still kind of would feel like a nice image, but it still kind of does not feel as polished. This one also has this weird anomaly going on. Here also, I'm saying Letz.AI also has the anomaly. So there you have it, a basic prompt. Letz.AI definitely takes the bag in this one. Midjourney, not so much. Midjourney version 6. Again, let's go back, and now let's do it from Letz.AI side of things. And by that, I'm going to actually go with what Letz.AI is prompting us to do, which is check out all the models made by other creators. Let's check it out. So see all the other models and start exploring. So Letz.AI, thanks to your contributions on this page, you'll find AI models that our community has already created. If you click on a model, again, like I mentioned, it is like LoRa in Stable Diffusion, which you use for training. Here, they also have your models which you can train, which Midjourney doesn't, and which is why we always want to create consistency in Midjourney. So let's explore this and see what it's all about. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different people. They've done probably their own faces or other people, or even just different products and stuff, like different people and whatnot, and just like different variations of people. Obviously, Midjourney doesn't have a scope for us to check a model kind of a thing on Midjourney, so we don't have a direct comparison for this specific area, because this is not a prompt. This is more of the models. So I'm going to go back to the homepage. That's kind of a very nice, kind of a passive aggressive way of saying I have no friends. I mean, I could obviously invite friends and get more credits. And that said, I'm going to have this link in the link below, so you can actually go and check out Let's.AI for yourself. Because hey, I mean, you guys are my friends, so you can check Let's.AI, and you can also enjoy and check out for yourself whether it is worth enough for you, and it's free. I mean, you should definitely check it out. So I'm going to have this link over here, and also the link is going to be down in the description, so you can check it out, and please feel free to have a go at it. With that said, let's just do the initial one which they had recommended to us, which is I think it was Gelfra. So we're going to do Gelfra, and I want to make it in a way so that we can make Midjourney also be a part of this. Obviously, Midjourney doesn't have a model structure, so we can't actually emulate the model system over to the Midjourney side of things. So I'm going to make this scenario as they had recommended in their prompt guidelines to keep it simple. So to keep things simple, we're going to do Gelfra standing tall, looking down at civilization. Keeping it short, simple, and English. So they would require English, as opposed to Midjourney is obviously more robust. So I'm going to just do image generation. Again, everything is going to be the same. I want to reduce it to 1, keeping it even plain for everything. While this is happening, you also will notice that they have a version 2. So they do have a version 1, but we are obviously working with version 2 over here. So they have a version 2. And then when I go back to my profile, so as you can see, I have already raked up 209 image credits, and you can actually get more credits as you go ahead. So that is also an interesting thing. While we were working with this, when I was switching around from version 1 to version 2, the prompt for some reason just did not seem to happen. So we're going to anyways work around and do that again. So Gelfara, standing tall, looking down, civilization, and then just generate it. I'm also going to do another generation because I did this right with the 2. So I'm going to do another generation over here, and I'm actually going to stop this one. Also, the number of credits used is kind of arbitrary because I had 209 and now I have 192. So they really take a really long time to generate, and it's quite a lot for it to actually work with. Because I'm going to just use the words Gelfra. I don't know if it's going to work. Standing tall, looking down at civilization. And then let's have everything the same. And we can go back over here. One thing I did notice with Letz.AI is the image processing is really fast. It is blazing fast. Now, do I like what I got with this specific image? That I don't think so. Now, we will have to check it with, obviously, our options when we get, wow. One thing I must say that I had 209 image credits, and just by these 3 images, I already lost so many image credits as we have done just 3 images. So it's not exactly correlated to the number. So one image is not exactly as per one credit. And I really wish they had a much better way to kind of have the image credit pricing, because it does seem like it's a little bit confusing in that regard. Obviously, Midjourney is super clear like that. Midjourney has not yet given us the image over there. In the meantime, let's look at these images. Another thing you will notice on the side over here is that they have the logo, and or what you would say is like a watermark. Many of these AI image generators are doing it, as we've seen in many places. They also have their watermark. I don't know how people would feel about that, because I mean, you could easily generate to fill out it, but it makes sense. As long as you have it in the metadata, it would make more sense. How the images are working on themselves, I honestly don't feel that strongly as opposed to the very first one, because I feel like the first one really was much more stronger than the beach image for sure. Now we can already see that Midjourney is Midjourney for a reason, because obviously we don't have Gilfra, and for whatever reasons, as we clearly saw, the image was not able to upload. That might be an alpha thing, that might be just a Midjourney situation for this moment. I don't know. Maybe we would be able to do it with Discord, but I don't want to do it with Discord. I just want to do it web to web. I wanted to test it out. We wouldn't be able to do that, so I just used the literal name, and obviously Midjourney doesn't understand what's Gilfra, so let's not go with that. However, it still is really beautiful as opposed to the images with the beach, the woman in the beach. Even though we had nothing, I feel like this is what I was thinking of when I was expecting in the Letz.AI, when I was expecting a standing tall looking down at civilization. This is what I was expecting, like what Midjourney delivered with this one. This is what I'm expecting from Letz.AI, which it kind of did not deliver in it. So for this specific image, Midjourney definitely got a stronger hand on it. Now we're going to try something that Midjourney has not been the strongest, but we clearly are seeing many examples where they're trying to get some type and it seems to be working. So we're going to try that. We're going to try a very simple prompt here, and we're going to go back over here and we're going to try birthday cake with, let's say, a chocolate birthday cake with the words happy birthday written on it. For this one, I'm going to actually switch to the standard and everything else stays the same. We're going to copy the same exact prompt and we're going to go back to Letz.AI. And just as anything, I'm going to be pressing here and then we go back here again, just because I need to make sure that everything is in the same even plane. Everything is the same, and then we just generate. It keeps prompting me again and again that I'm not using models. I guess the main factor for these guys that they want us to use the models. But what if you don't want to use the models? So continue and generate without without an AI model. And it is really fast. Like, it is blazing fast. Honestly, like, you can actually see how fast it is. Even Midjourney this time actually is picking up quite fast as well. We can already see, I like the interface over here. It's reminiscent of DALL-E. Kind of makes sense, like, why not? So this is the image we got for the birthday cake. Honestly, I like the cake per se. I like the angle. I like the candles. But the text, probably not. Also, I don't know if you want to put happy birthday on candles like that, because it might be a fire hazard. I mean, it's just a joke, but it could have been a different way that they could have handled it as opposed to having it like that, because you can't actually see any of the lettering. I mean, you can see a little bit of it, but it's not exactly clear. I want to try one more text, because here over at Midjourney's side, if you look at it, Midjourney really is trying to shape up with its type game, as we saw in one of the examples in my previous video, which I would have it linked up over there, which is Midjourney versus Ideogram. They are really taking it to another level with text. But Midjourney, on the other hand, is really trying to push it, as opposed to with Letz.AI when it comes to the text part. Now, is it coherent? Probably not. Is it repeating things? Yes, as we can see over here. I didn't mention happy twice, but it's saying happy twice here. And for some instances, like over here, we're seeing double D's. And the B looks like an H, and it has really bad kerning or tracking. For someone who might be interested in graphic design, this might be a nightmare. So it does have a hit and a miss, but compared to what Let's.AI has done over here, the logic that I was actually expecting when I had given for the cake was something on the lines of on the cake as opposed to with a candle, because I didn't mention candles, and it kind of went ahead and made a candle. So again, Midjourney gets the props for this one. And then let's again go back and try another one. Let's try another one for the sake of texts. I want to try another one, which is gonna be a card. Let's say a greeting card that has hello written on it. That should be simple. That's super simple. Again, when we look at it, we have all the things that are just normal there. And then we have over here, and then I go back down, I'm going to reduce the creativity over here and the quality. And then we're going to be doing is we're going to generate this. Nope, I want to continue without a model. And then we generate that. Meanwhile, if you see over here, I'm burning credits like there's no tomorrow. I'm just burning credits left, right, and center. Again, as we can see while the preview is loading, I kind of love that it is trying to get type, but I'm really curious how it's going to work out. So even then, such a simple word like hello has not been possible for Let's.AI to deliver on. So Let's.AI is, I love the card structure, no doubt. It does look like a mock-up for a lovely card. Like if you just remove the internal part of it, and if you wanted to sell this as a mock-up, you could. Like that's another wonderful idea. But if you wanted to just like work with the text, this one is not, definitely not going to work with that. So I guess Let's.AI's strength is probably not yet in text. I mean, even if you wanted to just like do basic text. So that is one thing to consider. Meanwhile, we're having Midjourney to load. And as we can see, Midjourney always gives us 4 variations. Another thing that I'm also noticing with Let's.AI, it might be like for one image, you're really burning a good amount of credits. So it makes me wonder that they might be really burning more for, is it the quality or is it something else? I am not able to understand, but I just feel like it's just way too much and they don't even give us that many variations. Sure, you can reuse the prompt, so you have the option to do like a regeneration, but that's about it. You can't actually do many more kind of like, there's no more editing that you can do after the fact. Like if I go on my profile here, another good thing that I'm noticing is that all my creations here are actually private. So it's upon me if I wanted to make it public. So that's a good thing. That's a really nice thing rather than just pushing it out in the public, which Midjourney does. I mean, most of the time, if you've not paid and if you're a free member, you get like 25 credits or something, and you're just like giving it for free. And it's like free and it's open for the public. So that's kind of a nice thing that they're giving it free, but it's also private. However, it's only one image as opposed to giving us 4. Now here you have a type. They also gave us an illustration. I didn't ask for it. That was a nice touch. Here you have a different kind of a type. So Midjourney is really trying, really trying. Is Midjourney the best? Probably not. Probably not, but it's still trying. Is it better than this one? For sure. Absolutely. Again, you can see that the coherence gets lost many a times, but then again, it also can do good type. In terms of design, I feel like both of them are able to create good designs. If I were to say both of them were like designers, both of them are competent designers, but just one of them understands the project better. And in this case, again, Midjourney understands it better. So I also like this one. This is a nice professional touch, an extra touch. It's more so like it's like it's not needed, but they kind of give an extra. As opposed to here, we don't have much of an option to work with. So okay, that's one. Now let's try something that I know Midjourney can do sometimes, and they do it really well. And I've not seen many people doing it. I'm seeing a lot of just like faces and stuff. So I'm kind of curious to see, because obviously I'm realizing these probably are the strength of Let's.AI, and we will delve into that. But now we are seeing a logo design, how we can do that. So Midjourney can work with the logo. I'm going to say 2D logo of a cute kitten, hand drawn. circular shape. All right, and then we go over here. Everything else is the same. Okay, then I go back over here. And I know we are not using the models yet. I'm going to use it again because I know that that advantage is not there with Midjourney. And I will also see into the strength of Letz.AI. But let's have a get go at this one again. And then again, they keep asking us every single time that I don't know if using this is cheaper or if not using it is, I don't know, but it's definitely something every single time they tell us to do that. So that's kind of an interesting hindrance, more to say. So a 2D logo of a cute kitten, hand drawn in a circular shape. Well, who doesn't like a cute kitten? Look at that. Look at that. Like Midjourney, that's why Midjourney is Midjourney. Like they know how to create logo designs. I mean, I use that most of the time, and I know people who are around me who use it most of the time for logo designing and stuff. It's like it can really be a good starting point to start off, and they're taking quite a long time with this one. What felt like eons with the Letz.AI for this specific design. Now we have another look at the cute kitten, and we have the cute kittens over here. So this is probably gonna be like, you guys are the better judge of this one. Like you guys tell me which one in the comments down below do you think is the better one. Is it Midjourney this time or is it Letz.AI? Because I feel like Letz.AI probably has a good one, but since it's supposed to be a hand-drawn, for the hand-drawn aspect, I would say Midjourney is also pretty nice, but this one also is pretty cool. So this one's more like a tie. Let's do another logo because I'm not particularly satisfied. And then we're gonna end it off with looking at Letz.AI. I have one more thing at the end though, so do stick around for that. A logo of a tech startup. Let's do that. Super simple. And then we go over here. We got to keep doing this every single time. So that's pretty interesting. So I do this generate, and then I go back here, generate. They've started over here. Letz.AI has been taking quite a long time for the images for these logo designs. And obviously Midjourney, being Midjourney, as I mentioned before, was able to create logos to start with. So these could be any kind of a tech startup. So that is really amazing. And finally, we have it over here. We can see that the tech startup logo looks more like a video game logo, as opposed to these over here. These feel more like a company logo with the flat design and everything. Again, I would give it more to Midjourney as opposed to Letz.AI. Now, I want to really test the strengths of Letz.AI, and I want to see whether it's something that we should be all trying out. So let's do this. Let's just take one of my old images and I want to just see if they can actually work with this. So I'm going to take something that is super long and I'm going to actually do this. And let's do this. For the sake of this test, I'm going to make it rerun. And I'm going to actually give, for the purposes of this one, I'm going to actually make it go for portrait and increase. So we're going to really now add a little bit to it. As for models, let's see what we have here. So we have a lot of things. Let's try to use a model and let's see what happens. And meanwhile, we have this one over here. So clearly this already had, as you saw, images. I just created a rerun. So obviously Midjourney has its classic Midjourney style, but I think we have officially found the strength of Letz.AI. I can already see the renders over here, and something tells me while Midjourney looks really nice, like the images, they still, they are very AI. This, on the other hand, feels like a human being. And I think I like this one more than these. Sure, the lighting here and the descriptions are really strong, but this one feels more sincere. Like if I just took this and put it up as just like a photograph, I think this could go off as a photograph as opposed to these. These clearly look more stylized. More stylization has been initiated. So definitely we have a lot of strength when it comes to faces, as we can clearly see over here. A lot of faces, a lot of objects, and the biggest weakness, as we have already seen now. And also another thing I'm noticing is that I had in the beginning of this video 209 image credits. I've made 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 images, and you could say that I have essentially 85 image credits. So you could say basically every image is 10 credits. So in that regard, your credits are not that much. Like if you get like 10 credits, you're basically just getting one image by that logic. So I am also kind of confused whether it kind of works with the fact that are they, when you like move the toggles, like doing more or less, does it actually add? Or when you're like doing for, let's say, the models, like would it be burning more? Those are some things that I am not sure yet about. But definitely Let's.AI does have a stronghold on the potential of more realistic looking images, which Midjourney is really good at, but you'd have to really finesse that to get that. Like with the image that we just now got over here, you can see over here, this image over here. This looks realistic. Like this looks like a human being. And if I look really closely, you don't actually find many anomalies. Like not that you find anomalies over here as well, but it's just that it feels a little too perfect. In the world of AI, it's so interesting that you're looking for humanism. And I feel like Let's.AI really gives that humanism in the human factor of things. The next thing that I really want to try, the last one, which is going to be object. So I'm going to take an object from this person's creation over here. So we're going to be just regenerating this object over here. And I'm going to be doing a regenerate, but before I regenerate, I guess, so again, I'm going to be regenerating with 3, and let's just regenerate that. And then what I'm going to do is just copy paste the whole thing and put it over here. Obviously, we don't have this model in Midjourney, so that's why we won't have that. So for stylization, I'm just going to put it at 100, and let's just do this. See what we can get with that. Meanwhile, we basically get the similar kind of a result as we have over here. This is basically the inspiration. Again, you can go and check out their thing over here. And I want to see what Midjourney also does with this. So this is object rendering. Again, because Midjourney gives us 4 different variations, I feel like it has more strength to it. But if it comes to the full shapeness of things, I still kind of feel like Let's.AI was able to do it. And that was just an expansive look into the comparison between Midjourney and Let's.AI. I'm really curious to see what you think about it. And do feel free to go down and check the link that I had given earlier in the video. And you should also try out Let's.AI. Mind you, it is still only available in the European Union, but you should definitely give it a try since it's free and we can use around about 10 credits per image. So you should make use of that and check it out because the image quality is definitely hands down something. There are a few quirks here and there, but if you are worried that Midjourney is going to be replaced by Let's.AI, well, we might just have to wait for version 3 and Midjourney's version 7, because when things are getting really, 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 really close with regards to that. However, with that all said, I would really like if you would subscribe and if you would like this video, and if you have any questions or any comments, to put any comments down below. Also, I post videos almost regularly, weekly, daily, as much as possible, depending on the news that comes out for all things AI. I'm trying to make AI understandable for everybody, whether you're a creative person, and it's just for people like me, so that I can understand AI and I can explain it to you. And AI doesn't have to be this daunting, apocalyptic thing that we are all so fearful about. It's an interesting tool that everybody should have the ability and access to learn about. Today we saw Let's.AI, and I have many more videos like this coming up. So do feel free to check that. Also, do check out my Instagram, where I've again restarted doing daily Midjourneys. So I'm doing Midjourney posts every single day. I have my 3rd post as of now. It's going to be the 4th post when you see this, and you can also check that in the description below. I also have an X account, so you can also check that, where I'm just posting a bunch of different finds of the AI community, because the AI community is really strong over there. So you should go down and check my X as well. And with that said, I'm going to see you in the next video.